Go look all this up right now. Lebanese food crisis. Go look it up. Y'all thought I was bored. Y'all thought I was
FYF Sports, man, we back. Man, we back with another reaction video, man. So we about to get back on our reactions, man. And today, man, we got a crazy video, man. We got a crazy video. This is actually one of the first YouTubers that I actually started watching, man. And it's just kind of ironic now that I ended up moving out to Phoenix, Arizona, where this man lives. So I'm hoping maybe one day we can get together and do a collab. But for right now, we just gonna be reacting to his video. Before we get into that, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Again, if you like our reactions, if you want to continue to see more reactions, because they're gonna be dropping more and more frequently, make sure you hit the notification bell so that you can stay in tune and in touch with all the information that we drop. Because again, when we drop exclusive reactions like this, again, you don't want to miss it at all. But my man's right here, Solluminati, and my man's got he got some powerful information for you. So I'm gonna tell you one thing that before we even get started, this man right here, he has two channels. One channel is more so for entertainment. The other channel is called Spiritual So. So he actually puts out some really legitimate information that I think a lot of people should take heed to. One of the things that he put me up on was the sun meditation. And again, the sun meditation was important because we spend a lot of time in our lives, man. We spend a lot of time in our lives sitting inside in offices, in shadows, and in dark factories, and we ain't outside getting enough sun. And this man talked about the importance of a sun meditation, going out 20-30 minutes a day, if not longer, focusing, sun meditating, clear your mind, you know what I'm saying, opening up your vibrations, man. Hey man, this man, like I said, it sounds crazy until you actually try it, because again, just meditation in and of itself is good for everybody. I think everybody needs to meditate to some particular degree, multiple times a day, with all this stuff that we have going on a day-to-day basis. So, when I actually started sun meditating, it just cleared my mind of a lot of negativity, helped open up my mind to a lot of new ideas. Again, even with this channel, man, we never thought we could get to 10K so quickly. We got to 10K subscribers in less than 90 days. Again, the only way I do that is if I stay locked in, I stay focused. And the only way I can stay locked in and stay focused that way is with my sun meditation. So, some of the things that this guy says, it may seem extreme to some, but once you start meditating, once you start focusing on yourself, man, hey man, so there's some of this stuff that doesn't sound too crazy, but I saw this video that he put up. That just the title caught my eye. I saw it was only 15 minutes long, so I want to react to this video, see what he has to say. We're gonna check my man Solluminati out. And again, Solluminati, man, if you are watching this reaction video, man, we are here in Chandler, Arizona, man. We need to link up, whether it's on some hooping type stuff, whether it's just to talk about the sun meditating, whether it's just to link up with cameras off, man. Let's just go ahead and make that link up happen, man. We need to make that happen.
A week ago, I came on this motherfucker and I told every last one of y'all, the title of the video was called They Lied. In that video, I was explaining to y'all, if y'all want to know exactly what's about to take place in the United States and what's coming for us, what's the next big thing that's coming for us, I said if y'all wanted to fucking know, that was it. I told y'all that it would be a food shortage that is going to impact the entire world. I told y'all this was a week and a half ago. I told y'all China was flooding, the worst flood in history. You can go look all this up right now. I said China was flooding, the worst flood in history. All of the crops, all of the seeds, everything that we get from them, we no longer can get from them right now. They are suffering.
It is crazy. The one thing that's crazy is that all this stuff going on in the world, man, it's a lot of stuff that's been going on that normally would be big news, like this flooding in China, but all of a sudden it's not news no more. So he has a point right there, because the only thing that I see on the news now, whether it's YouTube, whether I turn on Fox, whether I turn on CNN, we either talking about Trump trying to get elected, or we talking about coronavirus and the pandemic issues and things of that nature. I almost feel like that's all we hear about. That's all we hear about on the news now. We ain't hearing about hurricanes and natural disasters, or issues in Iran, Iraq. We not hearing about the same kind of issues that we normally used to hear about on the news. All of that stuff is dead for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on, but in a weird sense, man, this man is already spitting facts.
The worst flood that they had in history, and it's going to impact the world, right? I told y'all to do y'all research, look this shit up. I told y'all in China, they not talking about it to nobody. They got their people distracted, just like here, the United States got our people distracted with corona, right? They not gonna make it. But let me tell you, you the chosen one. You know what's popping now. So listen, I told y'all about the food crisis. I said it was gonna be a big thing. I just recently dropped a video, 5 things that's gonna happen before 2021, right? I talked about the food crisis. Now, all y'all just seen that big ass explosion that happened in, I think, Lebanese, right? That big bomb explosion. They showed all y'all. Most of y'all was paying attention on why y'all was looking at if it was a missile and this and that. Oh, the Illuminati did it and all this random shit, right? I did my research. It didn't even take me 5 minutes to know why that explosion happened. Let me pull this up real quick. Listen.
This stuff is crazy, y'all, man.
I'm gonna say big bomb wipes out 85% of the grain. Silos or so, SILOS. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Grain silos or silos, it don't matter. The port handles, that port that blew up, that y'all seen, handled 60% of Lebanese imports. 60%, which means 60% of their food was coming in from that port right there that just blew up. I repeat, that port handled 60% of Lebanese imports. Now they can't take in no new food. I repeat, that big explosion that y'all just seen had everything to do with destroying their food.
Hey, my man, Solluminati is connecting the dots, y'all. The man is connecting the dots, y'all. Again, when I saw that, if you guys haven't been up on the news, this for whatever reason, normally this explosion would have been all over the news, been all over, every news outlet. It would have been big news. Everybody would have heard about it. But when this explosion happened, somebody else had to tell me about it. Somebody else told me about it, and then I had to go look it up, and I had to go find it. Normally, when something like this explosion happens, especially when it blows up such a large portion of the city, it's all over every news outlet. Everybody knows about it. For whatever reason, this explosion didn't filter through all of the news networks like it normally does. And just like what he's saying right now, first, when you see an explosion like this, the first thing that I'm thinking, missile, terrorist, something like that. And I was surprised to hear that when I saw the news on the explosion, they're talking about a 6-year-old pallet of ammonium nitrate randomly exploded. And now they're trying to figure out why was the nitrate even there, and just how did it suddenly explode after 6 years. So, I mean, the man's making some connections that's just actually starting to make sense. Nobody's talking about the flooding in China and how that's going to affect food coming in and out of the U.S. Nobody's talking about the explosion in Beirut, or where it blew up a port of entry for a lot of the food for that particular country. Nobody's really talking about. I mean, again, like I said, nobody really talks about these things from this particular perspective. That's why it's interesting, and that's why you actually have to take in some of this, because again, it's something that not a lot of people are talking about for whatever reason.
Source where they remember, bro, the shit is happening all around the world. I told y'all it's one big world government. Y'all heard about the one world government. They all together. They all run this world. They all have their own agendas, and none of it is going to work. But people is going to suffer for their bullshit. That big explosion that y'all just seen was them destroying. The Lebanese is about to starve. They about to have a whole food crisis. They about to starve. Go look all this up right now. Lebanese food crisis. Go look it up. Y'all thought I was bored. Y'all thought I was dumb. Y'all thought I was playing when I said this food shortage shit is real. I said y'all want to go stock up on some canned goods, all type of shit. They just showed the whole world what they got planned for y'all. I told y'all this shit is coming for the United States. I told y'all it's so much food that y'all can buy in the United States right now. If you go to the grocery store, you can't buy that much food. They not gonna tell y'all nothing about this food shortage shit. They gonna keep the entire consciousness and all these bots focused on the most important thing that's important to them. Corona fucking virus. They gonna keep them in the house on lockdown. Their immune system gonna get ate the fuck up. They not healthy. They not getting no sun. They in the house suffering. They are going to submit to.
Hey man, that's so here's one thing. Here's my perspective on it. And this is where another reason why I feel he's kind of right. Man, the sun, man, especially for black people, the sun is like an essential nutrient. It's an essential vitamin that we must have. We definitely don't get enough of it. You know, if you remember when we were little kids, for most of us, again, and I think it shifted and changed, I would say around like 2010 going forward. But if you were born before 2010, I mean, there was a whole dynamic of for little kids going outside and just playing all the time. Like I can remember when I was little, being outside for 6 and 7 hours in the sun all day, feeling good, feeling great, energy, positive. But now we live in a culture now where, kids are stuck on video games all day. Not even just with that, they're making sports, outdoor sports. Like normally in the summertime, when we were little, we would be hooping outside. Now it's all indoor. You don't see as much of the outdoor sports. We don't see as much of the summer baseball or the summer soccer teams for boys. At least over in the East Coast, you don't. And so again, you see this transition where everybody's just in the shadows. Everybody's away from the sun. They're not getting those essential nutrients that you get from the sun. That's why I really was big on what he was talking about, the sun gazing, because I know I can find myself working, because I work from home. I can find myself sitting inside the house for hours and hours on end, and I ain't even stepped outside and got a lick of sun for the day. That's one of the main reasons why I said I need to really focus on getting outside, sun gaze. Well, I even went as far as setting up some of my workout equipment outside so that when I work out 1 to 2 hours a day, I'm actually getting sun while I'm working out, and I can get two in one. But my thing is with the virus and the pandemic and things of nature that's going on, like wearing the mask all day. And I know it's important to wear a mask, so I'm not telling people to wear masks. But my concern is like I was wearing the mask one day. I was out in public, and it had been a couple hours, and my stomach just started hurting. And I'm like, why is my stomach hurting all of a sudden? It almost felt like I needed to throw up. And so I pulled my mask down, and I just start breathing out my nose. And then like 5 minutes later, all of a sudden my stomach ache went away. I started feeling better. And I'm thinking to myself, is it me just breathing in my own carbon dioxide? So that was my first inkling that just wearing the mask all the time could impact your health. So that was my first inkling. Then I did it again. So I was like, maybe that was just my stomach hurting. It was another time where I went out and I was wearing the mask over my whole face. My stomach started hurting the same way. And I said, what? So I pulled my mask down again. I immediately start feeling better as soon as I start breathing in fresh air. And I said, if I'm dealing with this, I know it's other people dealing with these issues with these masks, as far as not getting, whether you're not getting enough oxygen to your body, whether your mask is capturing too much carbon dioxide and you breathing that carbon dioxide back into your system. I don't know what it is, But there is some type of connection with all of this as far as telling everybody to wear the mask. It definitely does have an effect on some people. And the only reason I know it does is because it had an effect on me. So what he's saying is true. And then they're telling people to social distance. They're telling people to stay inside more, stay away from people. And I, like I said before, if you're African American, getting the sun is vital. It's important. It's extremely important for you to go out and get sun. And man, this is one of the reasons why you see the coronavirus. This virus, when it hits African Americans, it hits them the hardest. Their immune systems are already so compromised because of the lack of sun, the lack of vitamins, the poor diet. That with diabetes and things of that nature, once the virus gets into your system, if you're African American, you basically doomed. Especially if you ain't been taking care of yourself. So, I mean, the man spitting facts. We're gonna hear a little bit more what he got to say. But again, he definitely spitting facts. That's why, hey, Solluminati, man, make sure, man, hit us up in the email, hit us up on Instagram, Twitter. We gotta do this link up. We gotta do this collab, man, because we are 100% on the same page on a lot of this stuff. And we really need to get together to chop it up again. Like I said, even if it's off camera, we got to get together and chop it up about some of this stuff. Because again, you spitting facts here, and I know a lot of people look at your Spiritual Soul channel and say this man's going off his rockers and think, but sometimes you got to sit back and you got to see what's going on, man. The news ain't the same no more. The news media, the news that you getting, the news that the narrative that they trying to push, it's just odd. It's a lot of stuff that I could say about some of the stuff I've been seeing and hearing, but again, I can't do all of that in this video. We're gonna go ahead and hear Solluminati out for a few more minutes, and we're gonna wrap this up.
To anything that come their way, maybe a new vaccine that's coming, all type of shit, right? The bots will not make it. They not gonna have no food. They not gonna have no conscious love. Their vibration gonna be so low. They in the house suffering right now. Some of y'all still ain't been in the sun, and I don't know how long. How the fuck you think you gonna make it out here? I repeat, that big explosion that y'all just seen was a bomb that destroyed 85% of the grain silos. I think y'all look up a grain. I don't even know what that is. But when you say grain, it has something to do with food. That port handled 60% of Lebanese imports. 60% of their food came the bomb. That's how they got it in there, and to feed their people. They just destroyed their own food source. Now, in a month, Lebanese will be starving. They starving right now. Look this up. Also, Iran. It's all type of shit happening on the Middle East. Not just that explosion happened. It was like 4 more. Iran, livestock caught on fire in Iran. That's on the Middle East too. That's out there by Lebanese and shit too. Iran livestock, that has something to do with like the cows and how they be getting the food. I don't know too much about the farm shit, but they shit caught on fire too in Iran. They destroying their food source down there in Iran. Also, let me tell y'all this. Let's come to America right now. Let's focus on America. Right now, 1.4 million people. Listen, I made a 2020 prediction video last year, and I told y'all there would be more hurricanes and shit this year. And throughout my videos this year, I've been telling y'all, if y'all live by water, make sure y'all stock up on food and be prepared for y'all that live by water. Remember? For y'all that's been here at the beginning of the year, I was in the process of moving. This was before Corona. I wanted to move. And I said, I don't know where. It was like right when I had somebody sleep outside in my backyard. Remember, I'm like, bro, I'm about to move. And I said, I don't know where, because I don't want to move by water. I don't want to have anything to do with water right now in the United States because natural events is happening. Biblical stuff is happening. The planet is Mother Earth acting up. So it's going to be a lot of hurricanes and shit. 1.4 million people right now. 1.4 million people right now is without power in the United States. In Connecticut, 548,000 people is without power. New York, 433,000 is without power. New Jersey, 374,000 people is without power. In Pennsylvania, 19,700 people is without power. In Massachusetts, 19,000. Well, it say 18,900, so 19,000 people is without power in Massachusetts from a tropical storm called Isis or whatever the fuck it's called. It was just a tropical storm. Y'all can look this up. They probably not talking to y'all about this. These 1.4 million people without power, I guarantee you some of them watch my vids. And I told them to stock up on food a long time ago. I've been told them that natural events was gonna happen. Anything that have to do with any of y'all that's by water and shit. Right now, 1.4 million people is without power right now. And what's happening in this world, the government is not going to instantly come and help y'all. They gonna want y'all to suffer for like 2 to 3 days. They not gonna instantly come and help y'all. It's trees falling down. Y'all gonna see some videos. It's trees falling down in neighborhoods and shit. It's all type of stuff happening, but people is focused on Corona. They programmed, they bots. They can't think outside of the program that the government set for their brain, their consciousness. They can't look no other way. Like I always say, when you turn the light on, all the bugs fly to the light. You want to be that bug that don't go to the light. You're going to see all the motherfuckers die. They going to just die, burn from the light. You're going to go your own way, create your own reality. Right now, all this shit is happening. So look, the power might be out until Sunday. My nigga, it's only Friday right now. They were saying the power might be out until Sunday. Also, I want to tell y'all this. In California, the most productive farmland in California, they are being shut down. I told y'all, in America, they are shutting down farms. Before December get here, before 2021, there will be a food shortage in America. In California, the farmland is being shut down. 25% of our food come from them. The farmland that's in California.
Man, I gotta stop that right there, man. Hey, like I said, I'm gonna finish this video again. If you guys haven't seen this video, make sure you subscribe to Spiritual So. That's all you gotta type in on YouTube. Extremely large YouTuber, extremely large following. If you haven't heard of him, Spiritual So, Solluminati. Again, the man be spitting facts, man. And now whether you accept it all as fact or fiction or whatever, at the end of the day, man, I like his approach because at least he's giving me an approach or perspective that's not the same as what I see on the news. I could turn on the news and I can accept and hear all the same rhetoric in the news about the pandemic and things of that nature. And just like what he's saying, as all of this news and information is being pushed on us, it seems like something else rears its head behind the scenes that springs up on us. You know, similar to when the pandemic first started. Pandemic first starts. Next thing we know, George Floyd gets murdered. Everybody's rioting. Everybody's focused on these social issues. Issues with regards to pandemic kind of died down. And then all of a sudden, what do we see? We start seeing spikes in the pandemic everywhere. So again, all of this is, man, all of this is basically, again, you still want to be safe. So the first thing I'm always going to say is be safe. Man, you don't want to you don't want to not go outside. You don't want to have a disregard for other people, health and safety. So you don't want to run outside not wearing masks and being unhealthy or things of that nature. But at the end of the day, man, it's about being informed and understand what's going on in the world, because you're not going to know, like what he's saying is there's a lot of things going on in the world right now that we normally would see on the news that's not on the news. That explosion, the flooding in China, even with the hurricanes that's going on right now in the U.S. Normally, when these hurricanes happen in the U.S., it's all over the news. We talking about it. Everybody's sending aid down there to help these families get to safety. And we not even hearing about it on the news. We not hearing about it like we normally do, because we got all of these other issues distracting us. So it's something that you want to be mindful of. If you got family and friends that live close to water and these hurricanes might affect them, or if these power outages are affecting them, man, make sure you reach out to them and let them know, or you try to lend a helping hand. But at the end of the day, I feel like the man is spitting facts, and if he's wrong, he's wrong. But I mean, he's putting it together strategically, and I think it makes all the sense in the world. I hope, like I've seen YouTube get on a lot of people's channels when they've been talking about issues related to the pandemic. I've seen YouTube get on a lot of people's channels, and they've been shutting people down who who kind of talk about these issues. So, man, I don't want to see the man get shut down. Shoot, I don't even want to get shut down. But at the end of the day, these are just some things that you got to be able to talk about. And, man, like I said, man, Solluminati, man, I'm out here in Arizona with you, man. We definitely need to chop it up. We definitely need to link up and get to the bottom of some of this stuff, like I said, because it seems like you got an ideology and an approach to some of this stuff that I need to hear more of, man. So, hey, big up to Solluminati. Hey, like I said, if you haven't subscribed to the man, make sure you go check out his channel, because we definitely gonna be checking in with him on a weekly basis to see what new information he got for us. All right, but it's another great reaction video, man. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let me know in the comments what you think about Solluminati, some of the things that he said in this video. Some people might say he's crazy. You know, some people might say he's smart. Some people might say that he's forecasting the future perfectly. All right, I don't know, but let me know in the comments what you think about it. Because again, we're living in a climate today where there are so many things that are distracting us from what's really going on in the world. And he's just basically saying, open your eyes, think of yourself. Like he said, don't be that bug that just follows the light everywhere. Think for yourself, pave your own way, create your own narrative. And that's what we are all about here at FYF Sports, man. FYF Sports, man, another great reaction video. Make sure you stay in tune with us, subscribe, hit that notification bell, do all that good stuff, and we'll be back. FYF Sports, we out.